So it's your consciousness. It's our consciousness. It always has been, always will be. Everything that is, right, is a reflection or a projection of our consciousness. So the things that we as a collective, right, the things that we brew up in our minds form what this reality really is. We're co-creators of our reality. And not just to say that, like me personally, I'm creating my reality based on my beliefs, my self-concept, based on my consciousness. I'm projecting that. However, there are shared things that we experience in this reality, and that is your consciousness and my consciousness forming the shared existence between our link, which is consciousness, because consciousness is just the overarching thing that has its own individual components that we kind of pull in with our ego and, our self. And so what I will say is if you're co-creating your reality, right? And this is a shared experience between like souls and everything else. If you are going to worry about someone else, right? Sometimes it might do more harm than it does good. It's all right and just, right? We love our family. We have loved ones that we care about, and oftentimes we don't want them to suffer. So we worry about them. But worrying about them sometimes creates another blockage. It creates another level of resistance between them getting what they actually want. Because if you're stressing about someone because of a certain issue that you think may arise, but it isn't even something that they're really worried about, you're forming another layer of resistance between them getting that desire. So instead of having all these anxieties or worries about how a loved one is going to get from point A to point B, instead just use your imagination to picture it all working out for them, like in the most crazy way possible. Try to brew up different ways that their imagination might not be able to perceive, but you can perceive the way that you can see things working out for them. Try to imagine it in the best way possible, because you're doing them a service. You're allowing for them to experience, or you're creating a different outcome for them that is still positive, instead of doing the adverse where you're manifesting or consciously creating another level of resistance that's going to block them from getting to their goal,